What brought you to this practice? Like 30 years ago or 40 years ago?
Oh, what brought it to me? So it's a good question.
To yoga practice or BMC?
To BMC and to yoga. I mean,
Yeah, so just for me personally, I had already been practicing probably yoga for about 5-6 years on my own. Yoga wasn't popular, there wasn't even any books out there. I was just practicing it, but I guess the thing that brought me to BMC, because she wasn't teaching yoga at that point, that had been my personal practice. But I was an artist. I had gone to art school, I was a performance artist and also a painter. And I was looking for something. At that time, the arts were taught, again, very separately. You were a painter, you were a sculptor, you were a dancer. People didn't mix it, right? And I was looking for something that could, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't find it. And I was at the co-op, and I saw a poster on the wall for a workshop. And I sort of kind of caught my eye, and this person was doing something with movement exploration in space and at the studio, and I'm thinking, it's not quite dance, but it's not quite yoga. What the heck is this? Studying the movements of children? But then I read this woman's bio, and the bio was fascinating, how she was connecting these things. I said, I'm just gonna go try it. And this was with Mariska Bigos in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And I went and took it, and I was just blown away because she was doing these movements that children go through, and it looked just like yoga to me. And I just started taking classes with her. And she started teaching me this language and these movements, and I started cross-pollinating it immediately with my own practice. And that's how I got involved in it.
Was she a BMC teacher?
She was a BMC teacher, yes she was, and she had just moved to Chapel Hill. And not only was it bridging yoga for me, but it was bridging the world I was looking for as a visual artist at that point in time. It gave me a way to express myself in the studio that I couldn't find anywhere else at that time. So it bridged a lot of things for me personally. Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. Anybody else have a question? Oh, I have a question for you. Who's coming for the weekend? This guy? So the questions in the we can continue over the weekend. We may think of things tomorrow or the day afterwards. So feel free.
When you do the 6-day immersion, is that 6 days in a row?
Yes,
And it's all day?
it's 6 hours a day,
6
yeah, with
hours
a good
a
lunch
day.
break. We could, we believe in immersion. We really believe that it takes time to go in and to experience.
Well, now there's the structure of it is actually set up. There's some 3-day ones.
Oh, that's right.
So in August it's 6 days. And then I think in November and the springtime there's some 3-day ones. And then another 6 days. So we just the mechanics of setting it up. I've done both 6-day versions and 3-day versions, and the 3-day versions are easier for local people to get days off. 6-day versions are easier for people to travel. So we're weighing up both of those, and we're going to do a blend of them here. So
I also want to point out that it's not like you're doing 6 hours of yoga where you're just working all the time in asana and hanging out. It's about creating awareness and ease versus I'm going to power my way through this marathon.
Yes, no, not at
in
all.
action, it's not that at all. It's just a completely different experience.
A lot of it's not even on a mat. You get up, we come look at people, and you might color in some. I'm assuming you'll be looking at anatomy, skeletons, and then reconvening, and then having your own experience, and then trying it in a yoga pose. So.
For me, it's 3 straight hours of asana, nonstop. And if you can, I'm kidding.
So what would you say is a realistic outcome that you might kind of hope for by doing it?
After doing the series, I think you will know more about yourself. It's really about you. It's really about becoming very intimate with yourself and really understanding you. More than anything, I think that's the greatest gift it gives.
Is it also about becoming more at home in your body?
Being able to access and feel more things within yourself.
And is it for beginners, or is it, do you need to know about anatomy and all these other things?
Oh,
And yoga
no,
before?
no. Come learn anatomy with us, you'll love it. I have so many people who say to me, oh, I don't know anatomy, I'd be terrified if I think about it. And I say, oh, come, we'll make you love it. You will love it so much. So, yeah, don't worry about a thing like that.
Yeah, I would say you don't need to know anything. Like, if these questions are questions that interest you, then come.
Yes.
And does that also give you the 300 hours to complete your 500?
Well, how interesting. We could, there was,
Segue perfect to Carla.
there was one more question. Did you have a question or?
I just wanted to ask if you could tell us a little bit about how you came to the practice as well.
Oh, well, how I came to the practices as well. I was a dancer and a theater maker, director and stage manager for a living. And I was looking for tools for teaching dance. And because I felt like I could teach a style. I could be like, here's how you fake a Graham class, and here's how you fake your way through a Limon class, and here's how you do ballet. But I realized I didn't understand how to talk about movement. And I was teaching in Nebraska at the time, and in a little tiny college, Nebraska. And I was supposed to teach a jazz class, and I was like, these kids do not need to learn jazz. They need to inhabit their bodies. Which did not bring me to BMC, it brought me to Laban movement analysis. So I moved to New York to study this body of work that's called Laban movement analysis. And while I was there, I wanted to keep dancing, but dancing in New York, I was like, I didn't have it. I started taking yoga classes because I realized I didn't care about performing. And as a dancer, you gotta really want to perform if you're gonna, anyway. I realized I just wanted to move. So I got into doing yoga. So I got to yoga through dance, but realized the reason I was dancing was for the kind of, I'll rehearse forever. If I rehearse forever and never perform, I'm totally happy. So that was my way into yoga, and then through the Laban training that I was doing, I met the BMC work because some of it's in there, and it's the work with developmental movement, with how infants learn to move. And I thought, well, this is fascinating. And what I thought I wanted to learn, I love to move, and I thought I was dancing and studying dance because I wanted to learn how to do these different dance techniques, but I realized I was interested in this other question about movement. And that took me to anatomy, it took me to Laban, and it took me to yoga, and it eventually got me to BMC, where I went, oh, it's everything I want. So now all of those things together.
Thank you.
You're welcome.